So basically, there's a Houston black metal band took a severed pig's head and they put it out in the crowd, and everyone was kind of throwing it around. And people were, as you can imagine, offended as they are most days, because people wake up sometimes with their job as being professionally offended because they're fucking idiots. Sorry, I'm grumpy. But I can't stand it. But they also then went on to do the least black metal thing, which is apologize.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
So they were like, we didn't mean for people to be offended. We just wanted to create a bit of shock value.
This is the real story, the apology, dude.
You don't do that and not intend to fucking.
Well, the apology is the best part.
Dude.
He goes, we're a black metal band. He goes, we're a black metal band. And as part of it, we try to add a little bit of imagery and shock value to our set. Martyrdom said in its apology. And then he went, unfortunately, first of all, that's a long word for black metal bands. Our acts have gotten carried away and out of hand, offending many and even harming some. We want to apologize to any vegans, Muslims, and any other minority groups we have offended, and to anyone who was harmed by our act. Now, this is two important things. The first thing is, like, I'm not really bothered if it's like, oh, is it right to do? Who gives a shit? It's a metal band, do whatever they want. But the first is like leaning in and then apologizing. But also, I want a live show to be memorable. I don't want pig's blood on me. I'm not Carrie, but like I want a live show to be memorable, because I also could just put on the album and look at a poster. I want it to be, I want them to be moving. I want there to be like some kind of theater to it. But like, how much is too much? At what point does it become a bit of a play and almost a gimmick of itself versus the thing you went for, which is music?
I think I believe them now because they apologized, right? So I honestly think in their heads, they thought this was the cool thing to do. Like the fact that he went out and I think he really didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Like at first I was like, oh, they knew what they were doing. But now that I see this apology, maybe they really didn't think about this, before they did it. But at the same time, did they eat the head afterwards, or do we just like...
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Did they get the head?
Probably from, I don't know, from a local farmer. You can get it. You want a pig's head? I'll get you a pig's head.
Well,
Yeah,
I got
that's true. But imagine that's like, I can just imagine this is the best thing ever. Because we don't think about the before, right? So these fucking clowns were like, had to logistically organize. Okay, Scott, you go with the icebox and you bring the pig's head to Travis's house. Okay, Travis, you got to be there at 6:30, but keep it on ice, right? Okay, it's like, Jesus Christ. You can come on.
Yeah, Blake is gonna, there's somebody named Blake.
Blake and Skylar are gonna fucking throw it out.
Yeah, you're right. There was planning. Nobody did that by accident. It wasn't hey, there's a fucking pig's head here. Let's toss it in the crowd.
I didn't mean like accident. I meant like accident. I meant they didn't really think it through. Like they thought it was genuinely a good idea. Like they really 100%. Felt like this is
They were
badass.
being a black metal band.
I guarantee you they've got a WhatsApp group and one of these fuckers was in there, probably Skylar, tweeting with a picture. He's like, got it, guys. This is going to be sick. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think to your question, what's too much and stuff, I think shock rock has been a thing for a long time. You know what I mean? Black metal especially is no stranger to things like this. Maybe the pig's head might be new for them. I think death metal is more shocked, I think, by the apology, in my opinion. I'm more shocked as a black metal fan about the apology than I am that happened at a concert, because I don't know. I've seen wild stuff. If you go to enough underground concerts, you're gonna be like, yeah, all right, I can see that happening. That's wild. But
that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Would it have been better if he was like, fuck you?
It's like, I would have thought maybe
it would have been more authentic.
Something wild. But I will say, you're saying, does it take that to make a show or something like that, or is and I don't think so, man, because I'm not gonna lie, we watched the concert the other day, and I think goes back to that authenticity. Like, how good is the actual audience? Like the Bandmate concert that I went to not too long ago, I'm like, damn, the crowd, the band, like everything about that, little funny small moments, like people drinking a beer that might not have otherwise drank a beer on stage or something like that, or like still in the stealing Misa's beer and stuff like that. Just funny things that can happen in a concert that makes that memorable, you know, or like the atmosphere itself can. And I think that's something you can't force those things, you know. Sometimes you're gonna go to a concert of a band you fucking love, and it's gonna be a dud, and that's just it's gonna happen. But I don't know.
So, but it was reported they were throwing it around, right? They were tossing the head around.
Oh, they threw it in the crowd, and I think the crowd was kind of like passing it around.
I think they're like, ew, or they're like, oh, rock on.
Yeah,
and then like
videos.
one dude, because I mean, there's one of the bands called Devoured
Instagram.
Trachea, Accosted.
I gotta see the video.
Is that one of those things where you could just be like, they're passing around like a pig's head, but you know, they could be passing around something else, and you'd be like, nah, dude, I'm good. I mean, thank you, but I'm good. Thank you. I just don't.
You would
I'm taking
hope,
pig's
like,
head.
that's the thing. Like,
if it's
when
getting
you watch
thrown
the
around,
video,
you're like, oh, what the fuck was that?
you
That
watch
was a
the
pig's
video,
head.
the people in the pit are having the time of their lives with this thing.
I have to watch.
Hey,
this.
Wave,
I gotta
send me
pull
the video. Send me the video. I'll play it.
It's in that
article.
article. There's a link to. I'm just not
Yeah,
signed in.
there.
It's on Instagram, I think.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably get like kicked off of YouTube. I'm sure.
Oh, you
I haven't
think
seen
so?
It's just people that posted or you know, they shared their videos from the night, and the band reposted them on their official Instagram
Yeah, the
stories.
apologies bullshit.
So like
dude.
the apology is just such a waste of time. They're reposting the videos.
Oh,
But
God.
everything is like everything
I
is.
love it.
Everything is. You know, when you go play a show, like you're not gonna wear what you wake up in. You're gonna get dressed with, you know. And to some bands, that's like Kiss are putting on makeup and armor and shit. And to other bands, it's bandmade where they've got their outfits that have now evolved or whatever. To other people, it's like, this is my denim jacket. Like all of it's theater, but some of it, I think it's, you know, it's the irony, because I think that it gets a little distracting where I'm actually not listening to music. I'm just dodging a fucking pig's head. But then the other part is, I love Kiss. So it's like, could you think of a more distracting, gimmicky theater project with hydraulics? It's like, well, just depends on the band, I guess.
Well, like Ice Nine Kills, for example, they do it in a way
Oh my God.
that doesn't. I mean, it's all props, you know? So I don't understand why they didn't just do pig prop, you know, pig's head prop. That was realistic. You can definitely do that.
Yeah, it costs more.
It does cost
true.
more. You're right. It does cost more.
That.
But then they'll be told they're not metal enough. So like, you can't win.
Yeah.
Really.
No.
It's true. Like for me personally, if I was at that concert, like I am the kid that sat in the hallway the whole week that my class was dissecting pig heads or pig, you know, baby pig fetuses, and I was like, no, thank you, I'm not touching that thing. But at the same time, if I was at the concert, I'd be like, just stay away from the pig's head. You know, I don't want to touch it, but you guys have fun.
Holy shit,
know?
that's a real pig's head, and that would have been laughing.
I would have been laughing.
Okay, so I saw the video. It's like their Instagram stories. So even if the apology is a legit thing, they are keeping the freaking pig's head videos on their Instagram. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. I'm thinking we're getting like a publicity stunt with the apology, which I condone now. I go back to it. I condone it. It's but I don't know, dude. I don't know. The only thing I could see that you would need to apologize for is that, like, if somebody threw it and it like literally, I don't know, you're in the hospital for like pig's head to the face. You know what I mean? Something like along those lines. I'd be like, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you gotta hit with the pig's head.
There's personal beliefs and whatever lifestyles that would definitely not be cool with having a pig's head being thrown on or blood or whatever, but you know, you cannot appease everybody in every situation.
You can't be like, I'm going to a black metal show at a dive bar and I'm like, how do you have any gluten-free beer?
Right. That's what I'm getting at. You know, you're putting yourself in a situation where you're probably going to be upset no matter what fucking happens.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
But those people want to be upset. They want something to be offended about.
I'm telling you, professionally offended.
There's your bullshit apology. Go be happy.
And no matter what even happens there's going to be a media outlet that takes it and twists it into something like the whole Ozzy thing, which the article mentions later about him like biting a bat's head off. Like that became the story, but it was because someone threw a bat on stage and he thought it was a toy. Like it was a total accident, but people framed it in the media as he brought a bat to bite off to make a PR stunt. So
I actually did not know that. Wave.
Yeah, he didn't intend to bite the head off the bat. He did it, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
And then he needed rabies shots for the rest of his tour.
Oh God,
it wasn't a good time for Ozzy. But he's probably so fucked up he didn't realize how bad of a time it was.
Yeah. Dude, Eagles in chat said early punk performers perfected it. So like talking about like just how wild people were back on stage. I can't remember what that dude's name was. It was like something rotten or something like that. There's been some wild, like even if you think about Manson as
peeing on
well
each other,
too.
man. They're like,
Yeah, it's like
They're disgusting.
there's some legit, possibly offensive even to me, and I'm like, well, I was kind of expecting most things. There's like, early punk definitely did some wild
Dude,
stuff.
Alice Cooper's been. He's like the OG, I think, man.
Yeah.
My daddy's telling me when I was a kid, he's like, we went to see Alice Cooper and he had a guillotine chop his head off, which didn't happen for real, but it's some pretty
Really?
graphic shit, dude.
It was a magic trick.
They didn't do a murder?
Cut his own head
No, they
off.
didn't do a murder. It's kind of a letdown, but he didn't have to apologize for it later.
No.
Can you imagine being that freaking like, I mean, dude, can you imagine going to a concert and being like, Alice Cooper just chopped off his own head? Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be some people who are like, what the fuck just happened the first time?
I want to be that person. I want to be that.
Right.
Oh,
to be surprised.
That mind
I can
blowing.
imagine being there and just like having a blood pressure spike and passing out.
Alex, no.
My thing with that is like, obviously, it's all theater and nonsense and magic tricks, but I'm always like, how could this go wrong? Because there's gonna be a time where like something doesn't line up right and like he loses an ear.
Yeah, even if it's a dull blade, it's still something falling from a height towards your head.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But there's shock rock and theatrics and stuff, and then there's just absolutely disturbed, disgusting people like Gigi Allen.
Yes, there you go. That's
insane. And just
are you talking about
gross.
Alan from GG Podcast?
No.
Oh.
Gigi Allen, the old punk fucking front man.
Old school wild.
Yeah,
Dang,
he
my
stuck
ignorance
himself
is
in
showing.
shit.
But I don't know, man. I think like obviously that's gonna leave an impression. Gigi Allen concert. If you went to a concert of his, you're definitely gonna leave there scarred in some way, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. But I think that I don't. There's a place for the shock genre in concerts, but I don't think that that's what it takes to be a memorable thing. Because there's been so many where I just walk away from just hearing good music, the crowds being awesome, like all these things add to what is a memorable, amazing, like life-changing concert experience.
For more fun conversations, subscribe and come to our live shows, Sundays and Wednesdays right here on Gaijin Guys. You can also get extra content on our Patreon and YouTube members section. This is definitely not a deep fake. Stay sassy. Peace.